5-ingredient dinners are some of the easiest, most delicious dinners you will make of all time. They have 5 simple ingredients in them, so you don't have to go to multiple stores to find crazy ingredients. These dinners are simple to throw together, but they have so much bold flavor. You will be making them time after time. So today I'm sharing 5 new 5-ingredient dinners with you. Plus, I am sharing some of our all-time favorite easy side dishes. I often get requests for side dishes, so I am so excited to share these with you today. Let's get to my kitchen and let's get to cooking. To kick us off today, we are making my all-time favorite baked ziti. This isn't just delicious, but it is so easy to throw together as well. So to a large pot of boiling water, add in 10 ounces of ziti pasta. Cook it according to the package instructions. Now over to a pan on the stove, add in a pound of Italian sausage, along with a diced yellow onion. Just break that sausage up and cook it through. Once it's cooked through, remove any excess grease from the pan. My mom taught me this trick years ago, but I like to absorb my grease with a paper towel. It is just so easy to do that, and you absorb most of the grease that way. But into that same pan, add in 24 ounces of pasta sauce, then fill that jar up with about 1/3 cup of water, give it a shake, and then add it in. Give this a stir after you add your ziti in, and I don't know about your stores, but my stores don't always have ziti pasta, so you could really use any type, any brand of pasta that you have on hand or that you like, just in case you can't find ziti at your store. But spray a 9x13 baking dish with nonstick spray, add that ziti right in there, spread it out, and then sprinkle a cup of shredded mozzarella cheese over the top. Bake this in a preheated oven to 350 degrees for about 35 minutes. Your house will be smelling so cozy at this point. Sometimes when I make this baked ziti, I actually double it and then put one in the freezer for a freezer meal in like an aluminum pan for later. So that way you have a meal when you don't really know what you're going to make for dinner, or you could bring that meal to a friend or somebody who needs a meal. So this baked ziti is a delicious dinner, and it also is an awesome freezer meal. Now we're getting started on my all-time favorite 2-ingredient pizza dough. This pizza dough is simple, but it is so bold. To a big bowl, or you could use an electric stand mixer, add in a cup of plain Greek yogurt, then add in a 1.5 cups of self-rising flour. Make sure it's self-rising flour, not normal flour, just so it does rise up the best while it is baking in the oven. Mix these 2 ingredients together for about 5 minutes until it forms a ball. Make sure it's not too sticky. If it is too sticky, add in about a tablespoon or 2 more flour until it is easy to work with. But flour a surface, and then you are going to roll out your pizza dough super thin. The thinner the better, I like to say, just because it does rise a little bit while it is baking. But after you are done rolling out your pizza dough thin, just place it on a pizza tray. I'm actually using my Panasonic tray for this pizza today, and it worked out really great. But for extra flavor, I'm making this like oil blend. It really is good. It's optional though. It's a tablespoon of olive oil, tablespoon of minced garlic, and a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Mix it together and then brush it over the top of the dough. This really elevates the dough, but like I said, it's optional. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. And then top your pizza with anything that you like. I'm doing a little bit of pizza sauce, and then I'm doing mozzarella cheese. I did this before with like barbecue pizza, and it turned out so wonderful as well. I did like barbecue sauce, mozzarella cheese, and chicken and onions. I've also done this with like Alfredo sauce and chicken before, so make this pizza however you'd like to. I also topped mine with bacon bits, a little bit of red onion, and pepperoni. Then you're going to bake this in your oven. I'm baking mine in my Panasonic Ultimate 4-in-1 multi-oven. It is a beautiful countertop appliance that I am showing you now. It comes as like a microwave, air fryer, convection oven, and broiler all in one. So it seriously is like a space saver just because it is all in one. And then I just baked this on 425 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes, or until it was golden brown. One feature that I've just been loving about my Panasonic oven is that it actually comes with a really cool Kitchen Plus app. So basically the app sets the oven for you, so your meat is always juicy, your veggies are tender, and your cookies and baked goods, they're cooked to perfection. Also, if you're not sure what to cook, no problem, just scroll through the app, bookmark your favorite recipes or recipes that look good to you, so when you're ready to shop and cook, you will always find a tempting dish. But once my pizza was out of the oven, my house was smelling so good at this point. It was cooked to perfection, so we just sliced it up and enjoyed it. Now we're getting started on the spinach tortellini, and this one is for all of my meatless meal friends. This one's a meatless meal. So to a pot of boiling water, add in 20 ounces of frozen cheese tortellini, or you could use fresh tortellini. Just cook it according to the package instructions. Then you're going to strain it and add it back into the pot that it was cooking in. Next, you're going to add in your spinach. I'm using 3 cups of fresh chopped spinach. Then add in a cup of Parmesan cheese, a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, then 2 tablespoons of olive oil. This recipe is so easy to make. Give this a stir, let it cook for about 5 minutes just to wilt down the spinach. Once it's wilted down and that Parmesan is melty, you can serve this dinner up. Like I said, it comes together in minutes. It is so good. It tastes like you spent all day trying to make it, and this is such a delicious meatless meal. It also has a lot of protein from that spinach in it, so it's super good. You could also add like a can of drained white beans to this if you want to add extra protein. These baked ranch potatoes make for the most delicious side dish or appetizer. I have about 2 pounds of golden potatoes right here that I cut into smaller pieces. Then I'm adding in a tablespoon of olive oil and ranch seasoning. Give this a stir to coat those potatoes in the oil and the seasoning. And then you're going to want to place your potatoes. I'm using a mesh like air fryer basket, but you could place them on a sheet pan. And then I baked this in my ultimate 4-in-1 multi-oven on about 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I flipped the potatoes and I baked them for about 20 more minutes or until they were so crispy. Also, I really like this multi-oven just because there's always even cooking, even defrosting, reheating. There's advanced features like the turbo defrost. There's like precise temperature control up to 425 degrees and 7 different power levels. So it really is pretty powerful, but these potatoes are so crispy. I like to sprinkle the top of them with green onions, Parmesan cheese, and black pepper. They're crispy on the outside but soft on the inside. Now we're getting started on this no-peak chicken and yellow rice. So grab a 9x13 baking dish, spray it with non-stick spray. Then you're going to add in a 10-ounce can of cream of celery soup and a 10-ounce can of cream of mushroom soup, or you could use cream of anything. And if you saw last week's video, I shared an easy homemade substitute for cream of soup. So if you didn't see it, go see it. And then I added in 2 cups of water, a 6.9-ounce box of Zatarain's yellow rice. Give this a whisk all the ingredients together super well, and then over the top you're going to add about 1.5 pounds of chicken tenderloins. You do want to season the top of the chicken tenderloins, but I totally forgot until the end. You'll notice here in a moment, but cover this tightly with foil, bake it in a preheated oven to 350 degrees for 50 minutes and no peeking. But after that time's up, sprinkle the top with a cup of Colby Jack cheese or any cheese, and then this is the point where I remembered the seasonings, so I'm just seasoning the top with salt, pepper, and paprika. Bake this for about 15 more minutes. You could always use any seasonings you like, and that rice is pretty seasoned itself, but this is a delicious no-peak chicken recipe. I started making it when my husband and I were first married, and I have been making it since, just because it's so easy to throw together. It has simple pantry staple ingredients. We serve this alongside of carrots and ranch. My husband can basically eat the whole tray of these crispy roasted green beans. They really are that good. So to a big bowl, add in your 2 pounds of green beans, a tablespoon of olive oil, and make sure you do trim the ends off of the green beans. And then you could use any seasonings that you love, but I did find that these seasonings work really well for the green beans. It's a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, a teaspoon of paprika, and a teaspoon of onion powder and garlic powder. Kind of give the green beans a stir to get coated with all of the seasonings. Then you could place your green beans on a sheet pan that you lined with parchment paper. I'm just using the same tray that I used for the pizza to cook the green beans on. I baked the green beans on 400 degrees for about 25 minutes. I'm sure you know by now, but I have little ones, so I've been really loving that this has a child lock on it. Plus, it is so easy to wipe clean just because it's stainless steel on the inside, and you don't have to worry about it peeling at all because it's stainless steel. You could also top your green beans with bacon bits if you'd like. You could top them with like almonds. You could do anything with these green beans. They are so versatile. Once they came out of the oven, we just topped ours with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. They are so delicious. But whether you're baking, broiling, or air frying, or microwaving, this Panasonic multi-oven really delivers delicious, crisp, yummy foods every single time, like these green beans. They are 10 out of 10. You have to try them. I would really love to have you over here, so make sure you're subscribed. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.